Good morning. This is Anka Metcalf with TradeOutloud.com. Welcome to my pre-market game plan for the major future indices, gold and oil, for Thursday, December 22nd, and it is 9:09 a.m. Eastern Time. So let's start with YM this morning. Yesterday we had a trade long in YM, which triggered the long. It actually tried to take out barely the previous high, which is actually the all-time high here, by 3 points. It failed to do so, and then it came back down, testing support and remaining in a 10-point range. At the end of the trading session, we did have a flurry down into the early hours in the new trading session. Continued, and it found support at 50, around the 50 area, around 53, right here, into these prior highs, now minor support for current price action. So obviously I stopped out. I gave it a little bit of room because I really don't want to get wiggled out of the trade, especially when the trading session ends at 4:15 and then it starts again, and then the new trading day begins again at 6 p.m. So I usually let it pivot before I place my stop. So this was my mentality here. So I placed a stop here below 70 ultimately, and I got taken out. Obviously, this wasn't a really good stop area because we didn't have any prior resistance areas, and therefore I usually do what I post on the Twitter feed. So I don't deviate much from what I post because I know you guys are following me. However, keep in mind that with future price action, with future trades, we will wait for the price action to pivot before we actually place a stop, and we will look for our key 7 layers of support resistance areas, and 50 was one of them. All right, we're getting a price action, so what we can expect throughout the trading session today. Right now, the price is getting attracted again to the 19,900 area. And so far, we have secondary support at 19,873. We can expect a move further higher into 911 and into 920, actually with the potential continuation higher into 933. And the parameters for yesterday remain with targets into 950 and obviously all the way into 2000. So things have not changed that much. So starting with midnight, we had a reversal in price, and the price is testing higher. So we did have a rally for quite some time now, for the last 9 hours. We are about 20 minutes away until the New York session starts. We did have some economic releases at 8:30 that took price higher to test the 19,900 area, and so far we found equilibrium here on the 80s for a possible continuation higher. As of this moment, I don't see anything aggressive here. Price may get rejected into this area because we have this prior cluster of support here that can create resistance for this future price action. So it's going to become a little choppy. So if we break above this area, continuation with a possible fill of 911 into 920 area would be possible. So these are the first two shots, the first two very, very close targets that are mostly attainable from the open, especially in the first 2 trading hours. So once again, remember yesterday we were caught into a 10 range, into a 10-point range. I'm sorry, into a 10-point range, and we remained in this range for a very, very long time. So it was it was unusual for the price to correct even this much after a very, very solid base like this. All right, so let's move on to the minis, to S&P 500. I'm sorry. S&P 500 found support into a prior area of support here. No surprise, 55.50. And it's coming here into a very tough area of confluence. We have a crossover of the 220. We have the price getting rejected at 60 here with a lot of topping tails, which suggests that we might get a push lower. However, the pattern still remains very, very bullish. And from today's parameters, most likely we're we're inclined of having a bullish towards sideways day. So for ES, we don't look like we're gonna have a bearish day so far, but we're gonna see how price action is gonna react overall. So right now I'm very neutral on the open. I don't think I'm gonna do anything aggressive unless something sets up in the last 10 to 15 minutes. But other than that, we're going to see how price reacts. A little worried about these topping tails here. However, if we break above this congestion area at 60, obviously we have room to run into 62, 66, 68 area. If price is going to get rejected at 60 again, we're going to find the price testing support again at 22.55. So this is a possible correction area for it, and also a target if you would consider here a short. Minor time frames suggest that shorts may be possible within this point. However, longer time frames still suggest that we're in a very strong uptrend and we should keep a bullish bias. Let's move on to NQ. NQ very strong, testing support at 49.37, bounced with a really solid bottoming tail, continuation higher. It does have room to continue into the 56 and 60s, and actually 52 and 60s, and I'm just looking quickly on the daily chart, 66 right here. Perfect. All right, so it does have room to run into 49.66. Okay. We have it right here. Okay, my daily chart was out of range. All right, so a lot of power to move through 49.66 and even higher. So that's next targets are going to be 49.70, 49.80, 49.90, and 5,000. So funny how they move from 10 point to 10 point, but that's how the targets work today. With this in mind, it's going to be sloppy because we found support. We have found support here at 37, and we have 59 for resistance. So we may maintain this sloppy range. So there's nothing else than the range has widened. So yesterday we had a little bit of rally. We came back down, tested support, and then we're coming back. So keep in mind it's getting a little sloppier. And one other thing, remember that the volume is decreasing a little bit. Okay, so let's move on to CL. Okay, and this is oil. Oil is kind of like all over the place, is playing with support. So I'm going to bring the daily chart so you can understand what I'm seeing right here. Is that we have support, established support at 50, and okay. Here we go. All right, so we established support at 50. This is the daily chart. Established support at 50, and we have secondary support at 52 right here. Secondary support at 52. Why do we have support at 52? Well, we have this prior high right here. This prior high that is setting support for current price action. So we have $52 for support right here. We have room to continue higher into 53.80. So going back to a minor time frame, this is why this low was bought. Okay, the 52, lower 52 was being bought with a possible continuation higher. So we're still in a range. A possible continuation higher with a good follow through, good risk to reward, all the way to 53.73. Last but not least, GC. GC is kind of slopping all over the place, and it is very sideways for the last 5 trading sessions. You can see today's trading session 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, even 6 trading session. It has been stabilizing at 11.23 for support. Resistance is at 11.44. So unless we break above this cluster, we cannot continue higher. And if we do not break below this this congestion area, we're not going to continue lower. So we have a lot of support here and a lot of resistance here that is keeping the price captive at this point. All right, one more TF, and this is the Russell 2000. And TF, this is the daily chart, so I'm going to move to the hourly chart right now. Hourly chart, it was one of the sloppiest ones. So usually Russell and Dow are the ones that we should focus on, especially into the last 2 weeks of the year, because of the window dressing effect. But However, it was very sloppy. So it was the first one to give profits in the morning, rallied and copied Nasdaq, and then pulled in very, very hard, and it didn't stop here. It pulled all the way to 1370. So once again, it is very, very sloppy. I can see a continuation higher. However, we have a strong area of resistance at 77. If the price is going to get rejected from this point, we might see further price continuation lower into the 70s. Hope this helps. Remember, guys, that we have a new signal service that we're going to start on January 9th. It is for futures trading, for day trading and swing trading as well. Entries will be called with stops and as well management. If there should be any change in the stop or the management, I will do exactly what I do in my account. So I will be very transparent. The track record will be provided, and all the details for the trades. So remember, enrollment is going to start the first week in January, so don't register yet. Okay, don't register yet. The registration will begin January 2nd. There are going to be several emails reminding you of this. If you're not on a if you're not on our mailing list, make sure you visit our website. It is tradeoutloud.com. You're going to see a pop-up window. Make sure you put in your name and address, and you're going to be the first to know when enrollment begins. We also have a new class that we will begin on January 21st. It is Power Income Day Trading and Swing Trading class. And if you want to find out more about the class, you can visit our website. It is tradeoutloud.com/futures, or you can email me if you're interested in registering. Email me at info@tradeoutloud.com, or if you want to find out more about the class curriculum. Thank you so much, and hope you all have a very good, profitable trading day. And remember, don't be aggressive today. Wait for the open, wait for confirmation, wait for the first 5 to 15 minutes, and we're going to see how that plays out. Thank you so much, and I hope you all have a very profitable trading day. See you tomorrow.